On South Korean markets, June, how are they looking so far?
Overall index is looking pretty boring. The Kospi is opening flat and the Kosdaq is up 1/3%. But if you look into the sectors, take a look at the cosmetic names on the Kospi. Amore Pacific, Amore G, and LG Household. A huge rally for these names this morning. This is coming from first quarter earnings being released for Amore Pacific just now. We're seeing a huge jump for first quarter earnings for Amore Pacific. Operating profit came in 60% higher, net profit up more than 70% year-on-year. We are seeing a huge jump for Amore Pacific and also Amore G, which manufactures the lower-end cosmetics for Amore Pacific's line. So these two names are up. Amore G is up more than 7% this morning. LG Household is also trading up more than 2% on the news that Amore Pacific beat market expectations, and their first quarter numbers were pretty good as well. Take a look at Amore G. It's now almost limit up 14% this morning. So we are seeing a big rally for this name this morning. Taking a look at the sectors overall, we are seeing pretty much the chemical names and the retailers outperforming the index. Insurance names are underperforming. They did see a big rally in the past week as Samsung Life Insurance and other major names reported earnings above market consensus. But now we are seeing a bit of a sell-off in the sector as a whole, down 1.6% this morning. Hanwha Life is outperforming, though they reported their numbers this morning above market expectations. So we are seeing them up about 0.75% this morning. Take a look at the internet portal names. Naver is trading higher by 0.2%. And again, this morning we got the first quarter numbers for Daum Kakao. A very weak picture. I guess Naver is getting back up because their numbers were weak last week. But again, Daum Kakao is trading lower this morning with their numbers coming in below market expectations. Bernie, back to you.
June, I want to talk briefly about the burgeoning South Korean cosmetics market, because you talked about that major Amore Pacific. Amore, I believe, means love in Italian, so that's a very clever use of the word. But it used to be the Japanese names like Shiseido with their maquillage line and others that really used to eat up the market. Has Korea completely overthrown Japan and everybody else, and Avon? And the Avon lady, for that matter?
So Avon was never in Korea, so I think that's out of the picture now.
Oh.
But in terms of Japanese cosmetics in Korea, it wasn't really a big market, I guess, for Korea, because Korean people use Korean cosmetics. But now, I guess, this jump in the sector is coming mostly from sales in China. So the sales in Korea have, I guess, stayed pretty consistent. But the sales in China have really, I guess, I don't even want to use jump because it I don't know how many times it jumped. But names like Amore Pacific, LG Household, and Samsung, these names are, I guess, really growing out in the Hong Kong, Taiwan, and the Chinese mainland markets. Bernie?
That's right. June, and I want to thank you for your personal recommendation that I try that brand called Sul Wazoo. It's working really well, as you can tell, and it's making me look much younger than my 70 years old. Thanks, June. All right, the latest survey by State Street Global Advisors.